The woman was incredibly wealthy, possessing a vast fortune. Her wealth could be measured by the luxurious swimming pool she owned in her private spaceship. The pool walls were transparent, offering a view of outer space, stars, and planets. Swimming in space was the epitome of absolute luxury. That day, the ship's engineer was asleep in his cabin, and the woman was completely alone on board. She was swimming slowly in the pool, enjoying the tranquility. Suddenly, the ship's gravity system stopped working, and water began to fill the pool, but she was helpless. Suddenly, the water propelled her upwards with tremendous force, then slowly transformed into a large sphere. The woman was trapped inside the sphere of water and tried desperately to escape, but the water held her firmly. Meanwhile, the engineer floated in the air, but his sleep was so deep that he felt nothing. He was completely unconscious. The sphere of water continued to grow, its mass constantly increasing. Inside, the woman struggled. She had only one way to escape, to climb upwards. She climbed up and managed to catch her breath, but even then, she couldn't escape the sphere. Suddenly, another sphere of water collided with her. Upon impact, she was pulled back in. Another water sphere merged to form a much larger one. Now she was completely trapped inside. Her body began to collapse gradually. She tried to float to the surface, but it felt as if the water was holding her back. Her oxygen began to run out, and her breathing became ragged. Meanwhile, the engineer woke up. He too was floating in the air. He began to grasp the situation, but he couldn't do anything. From beneath the water, the woman raised her hand, but her body couldn't move. Her oxygen was almost gone, and her eyes began to close slowly. If no one had come to her rescue, she would have died. Fortunately, at that very moment, the spacecraft's self-repair system finished its work. The gravity system was reactivated, and the entire enormous water sphere plunged into the pool. With a violent jolt, water splashed everywhere. The current swept the drowning woman to the bottom, but with that same jolt, her breathing returned. Somehow, she managed to get out of the water. She was trembling with fear, but she was alive.